Welcome back. Question number 4. What makes us fat? So many people have a misconceived notion about what makes us fat. And it wasn't until I really understood how food works in our body. And if you think about every bite of food, every drink that you are drinking, as either it is going to inflame your body or it is going to work as like an anti-inflammatory or a neutral. I want you to start thinking about that. If that's not something that's been on your radar, I want you to start thinking about what you're putting in your mouth. And we're getting close to our next step, which is going to be our shopping list. And our shopping list is not going to have 7 types of food on it. And I'm going to explain why. So just like I was saying a minute ago, food is either inflammatory or an anti-inflammatory. And so for the next 21, 28 days, however long you decide, maybe it'll be for the rest of your life, depending on how you feel, we're going to eliminate the 7 most highly inflammable foods. And it will give our gut a chance to heal. And when I say that, I can usually explain it with the fact that most Americans have what's called a leaky gut, and that leaky gut causes a autoimmune reaction in our body, and that reaction is what causes us to like crave something that we really love and we know is not good for us. And a lot of times we can take care of so many different symptoms that we're feeling just by changing our food. I do know food is probably the hardest thing to give up. A lot of times I'll ask people, what are you willing to do? They'll do, I'll do anything except for, and it has something to do with food. So, but if we go back to step 1 with our primary foods, maybe we're finding that we aren't going to be giving up something because we don't feel like we're in control of some other area of our life. And so make sure you always come back to that circle of life and understand if something is really out of balance, that might be a reason why you're hanging on to either extra weight or hanging on to a need to eat something that you probably shouldn't. So I'm sure you're probably wondering, what are the 7 foods that you're going to be eliminating? Okay, get used to this because you're going to hear me say it a lot. There is not going to be any gluten, dairy, soy, corn, sugar, eggs, or peanuts. Those 7 foods have come up over and over and over again as being the most highly inflammable foods for our gut. And inflammation, chronic inflammation, is really the cause of us feeling fatigued and feeling maybe we have a lot of digestive upset, maybe our joints are achy. It is a cause of all of that. So if you start to understand the connection between the foods you're putting in your mouth and how your body feels, you are not going to believe how good you feel when you eliminate these 7 foods. I want to just read to you a really interesting statement I found. So inflammatory foods equals a food intolerance, which then can cause leaky gut, which also then causes weight gain, chronic inflammation, and so much more. The world's leading minds say that autoimmunity, so 88 different diagnoses of autoimmune problems, is the core cause for all disease, for cardiovascular, and for cancer. And so even for depression and suicide, autoimmune disease robs our youth, steals our years, and ruins lives, but it can be completely reversed and put into remission. So here's our big action step for the day, however the week, whatever you want to do. But your action step is to go through your fridge and donate everything that's unopened. And you have to go through your pantry as well, that contains those 7 foods. So I'm going to repeat those again. Gluten, dairy, soy, corn, sugar, eggs, and peanuts. So those are the 7 foods that you're going to be giving up along with me for the next 28 days. There are definitely foods that I will never reintroduce back into my diet. I, on a rare occasion, maybe have a little gluten. I try to avoid all soy, all corn, all dairy, all peanuts. Eggs is the only one that I've reintroduced back in and eat on a regular basis until I go through a 28-day cleanse like this. And you'll find out whether your body's intolerant to these foods by when you reintroduce them, how your body feels. Okay, so that is going to be it on the what makes us fat. Okay, it is not fat that makes us fat. It is the 7 highly inflammable foods that are making our country and our families fat, and that is what we are aiming to change. Okay, so go through your pantry, go through your fridge, and get rid of all that stuff in there that contains those 7 foods. All right, I will see you back here to talk about our shopping list next.